Aghor and Aghoris are such terms that has always thrilled the mankind from time immemorial. We always want to know what goes on behind the deep dark veil that the Aghoris, kind of camouflages themselves with. There are stories which are mostly imaginative, which are written, some experiential, uh, some descriptions while giving certain case studies, etc. But this particular sect of practitioners have always been something that has interested people and has always either has invoked or evoked awe or abhorrence in terms of reactions or emotions amongst people. So when I had first been to Aghor ashram in Kashi, which is Kinaram ashram, I was under the impression that I would get to see cannibalistic people over there and all of that, and deep dark occult practices being happening, etc. Least did I realize that it was one of the most comfortable places that I was ever been. The people were there. The people over there were fantastic. The camaraderie, the kindness or compassion with which they connected with normal people like us was, like any other human being would do. Certain deep philosophical factors that were reflected upon and which were talked and were meditated upon were universal and generic truths in spirituality. So then I realized that Bhagwan Ram, who was the erstwhile Pithadesh and Mahamandaleshwar of the Kinaram ashram, was somebody who had taken upon himself to demystify Aghor and bring it into the mainstream. Okay, this was something which I really liked, and I have always, and I have also had the opportunity, a good opportunity, to meet for a good qualitative period of time with Shri Gautam Ram also, who is the current Pithadesh. And I must say that slowly the wraps of Aghor, kind of were shed away, and the original thrill that I had always felt earlier, as a novice and as somebody who had absolutely no idea about what Aghor would be, as soon as I had my interactions and I frequented Kinaram ashram, they were all shed apart, and that was something which was fantastic. And I realized Aghor was another school of thought, like any other philosophical schools of thoughts, which is prevalent in the overall Sanatana Dharma, parameters. Similarly, when I went to Hyderabad and I was asked to, or was told that we should go and go to a place called Aghor Kali at Ghatkesar, which is about 2 hours from Hyderabad by road. I was absolutely okay with the fact that I am going to, and there was no thrill as such, because I have met them, I have known them, and I had no fear, which generally the term evokes when I was told that let's go and visit this place. And so we went in a jiffy, and it was a very good and a very beautiful Aghor Kali temple that I came across. And one of the most important point is that I also felt, because I was told that this is a Vamachar temple, a complete Vamachar temple. Vamachar, I'm sure we all know what it is. It's the left hand method of seeking God. We'll come to that someday in certain deep philosophical discussions on Dakshinachar and Vamachar. But yes, it's a out of the box thinking way of dealing with spirituality, Hindu spirituality. So let us leave it at that at the moment. So I mean, it was described, the temple was described as a Vamachar temple, and that there is an Aghor Kali over there. It didn't thrill me as it would have done when I would have been probably a novice in this. I went there, and this is a very secluded, or rather an almost abandoned place. This place in Ghatkesar. There is absolutely no vegetation around, and even no residences or development around this place. The temple looks pretty new, and we went there, and we visited the temple, and as soon as we actually landed our feet on the ground, and came out of our vehicle, that's when the temple bells rang, and the Shankhnad happened, and the Damru was being played. So we realized that we came actually at an opportune time, which was the afternoon prasad or Naivedyam and Arti time. So we went there, and we sat there. We took the permission of doing a chandipath over there, and we did that. One of the most important factors that we came across was this small child. He must be around just 11 or 12 or 13 years of age, who was performing the entire ritual of the Aarti. I was amazed to see such a young kid wearing full saffron and doing the entire Aarti. It was very nice. It was a, what do you call as, eye-opening kind of a visual, and I really liked it. I later on spoke with Vishal Maharaj. His name is Vishal, and he is called as Vishal Swami or Vishal Maharaj. He took his diksha from his father, who is the current Peethadish over there. The temple is about 3 years old now, and they are associated with the Kinaram Ashram, which was very nice. I also realized that they are a very nice set of people, or who also wants, or also are people who are bringing Aghor to the mainstream, because of the they didn't have all the riffraffs of Aghor. I'm sure you may understand what I mean. Their eyes were not bloodshot. There was no smell of alcohol. There was all the other ingredients which were there. There was a yoni peat where the homas are being done. There was Shiva over there, who was a shivling which was donned in black, so therefore it was an Aghoreshwar shivling. There was Ma Kali over there, who was the Smashana Kali. All of that in terms of the left hand path of God. There was the skull there. There was the but the temple was the most sattvic temple that I have probably come across. Okay, and when I sat there to do my chandipath, I was quick to kind of tie my shikha, which I generally do, and but the wind was crazily blowing, so my hair was just like coming out of my, I was not able to clutch it properly. When the gentleman over there, the the main person said that, "Ma, why are you tying your hair? You don't need to tie your hair. You don't need to do a shikha bandhan. You are a woman, you are ma, and you are doing a chandipath. So you leave your hair open." And that little conversation that I had touched me as a person, as a woman, because I felt that really, truly, Aghor is about any kind of Aghor is about having no kind of restrictions or no kind of boundaries, none of it. And our Devi, the Kali, is Muktakeshi, so are her devotees. Okay, so it was fantastic. I had a little chat with them, and I thought that I'll quickly, after I come back, I'll do this little video interspersed with the videos that I have taken over there. And one very important thing that I saw was also that the kumkum that they were offering there was actually handmade and homemade. Okay, so it was so nice and blood red, and it was so very beautiful. I really liked that. And they offered us the kumkum also. And I had a amazing darshan. I had a very comfortable darshan. There was no feeling of pangs of fear or anything of that sort. The whole place was full of like 3 to 4 Aghoris were there. And it was a very, very safe place for 2 women to go there. It was that comfortable. It just did not give any kind of feeling of unsafe or unsavory or threat to security. Absolutely not. Which I felt was good. And I have seen this of people of Kinaram Ashram, or the branches or the divisions of Kinaram Ashram. There are women who are doing sadhana, Aghor sadhana, and who are associated with the Kinaram Ashram. And they have absolutely safe haven and safe environment of doing their very, very complex rituals and practices as well. So I was very happy to see a somebody from the Kinaram Ashram, from the place where I actually belong, which is Kashi. So it was great. And I think Ma must have kind of created this little environment for us where she could make me do the chandipath over there. So, and I did the entire one very nicely. Spent about solid 2 hours over there, completing the chandipath, taking up some videos, doing the what do you call this, conversing with those people, engaging with them, and then leaving. And they not even once did they ask us about do we have any problem, should they do any kind of rituals for us or anything. Nothing of that sort. So as I said to you, it was perhaps a very comfortable discussion and a very comfortable place that I felt I was in. I thought that I'll tell you about this because if you guys are ever, or girls are ever, going to go to Hyderabad, then in that case also make a must visit to this place called Ghatkesar. So as soon as you go on the highway in Ghatkesar, towards Ghatkesar, there is an off the road, a service road that takes you into the interiors. These interiors is like a little abandoned. There's absolutely no vegetation and all that, and it's a very dry and arid land. And there suddenly you will find this red color building with the temple there, and an amazing place to visit. So I would suggest practitioners who are into typically Chandi sadhana or that kind must make a visit there and take the blessings of Ma. So I'll leave it at that. Enjoy this little video.